And just like that, we are back. Another episode of the Beerly Hoops podcast here at the Beerly Sports Network. I'm Trev Scott, your host, joined with YOTB Dort. As usual, we got a crazy good episode for y'all. Appreciate everybody that's here from last week. Dort, how's it going? Before we get into basketball, how's life?
Beerly fan, bro. Beerly fan, honestly, at this point, just been making me tear up. Like, I mean, we're not saying no numbers, but we damn near doubled viewers, average viewers, not viewers from last episode to this episode. Y'all are going back and watching every episode. So, I mean, that's crazy. So, shout out y'all, man. If you're really fucking with us like that, send this podcast to a friend and drop us a review, man. I mean, we got a lot of reviews. We could get a lot more. You know, we're the number one most reviewed pod on the Beerly Sports Network.
And highest rated.
Ranked pod on the Beerly Sports Network. You feel me? So, I mean, me and Trev need to be able to call more shots in meetings and help us out by that, but just running up the numbers.
Facts. We had one of our best episodes last week. It was very entertaining. Shout out to Jerome, Billy Dame on Twitter for coming on and talking about the top 10 overrated players in the NBA. That was a fun one. This week, we got the top 10 underrated players in the NBA featuring Luna, a.k.a. NBA Trend on Twitter. Pretty excited to get into that. But we can't get into that yet. Get into that second half of the episode, you know. But if you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Twitter at Beerly Hoops, at Beerly Sports. We got all the other sports in the bio. And then if you're into sports betting, like we've been talking about with BetUS, you can find all that information. I think Dort has it in the YouTube, but we also just started up Beerly Bets on Twitter, where we're posting some daily bets, some daily lines, some free picks. And we got the link in the bio there, as well as all the tweets. So if you're into sports betting, you want to make a Beerly bag, just like Dort did, you know, definitely tap in there. Dort, you got anything you want to plug up before we hop into this NBA news?
I apologize again for my plugs a couple weeks ago. So we're just going to plug at halftime again for me. You know, everything's cool. Shout out my Discord people. Shout out the website. But we'll fully plug at halftime in between this part of the podcast and the underrated part of the podcast. So that's your little ad break to go jerk off or whatever y'all do while listening to podcasts.
Thanks. Well, then it is officially time for the best NBA segment in the world, the Dort Report. Let's get into it.
You know, we here, man. We outside, man. There was no NBA news this week. Lamarcus Aldridge is linked to the Miami Heat. That's like the biggest thing that's came out the NBA this week. So, what do you think?
That's crazy. First of all, that's crazy. NBA news, you know, we've been these past weeks, we've had so much fun stuff to talk about. This week, we get to talk about Lamarcus Aldridge, man. I think it's a good fit there, honestly. A big that can shoot, hit some middies, maybe step out to the corner, make some threes, grab some rebounds. They could use some help. Their backup bigs really suck. They got Markieff Morris, but I mean, outside of Bam, they don't have a guy that can they can trust to score night in and night out. So I mean, it's a good fit there. The Miami Heat, you know, you could put a lot of star players. Not that LA is a star player, but when we were talking about KD maybe going there, Bradley Beal going there, you could really fit a lot of players in the Miami Heat. They got a good system there, but yeah, it's not enough to win them a finals, but it might be.
No, he's like that would be their like PJ Tucker replacement, and that's just not good.
Oh, true.
Nah, I don't know. I don't like it. But Bam and Aldridge, I mean, maybe Aldridge could teach Bam how to work in the post a little bit. So, benefit there.
Right, because Bam looked bad offensively in the playoffs. Wasn't even looking at the rim.
That's what.
Yeah, for sure. Teach him a thing or two. Bro's got he's barely got a jump shot. It's just a shot, really.
Yeah, Bam. You're hating on Bam, bro.
No, Aldridge. He don't jump in his jump shot.
Okay. I was like, it's been just all Bam hate from you lately.
I got to keep up with your Rudy hate.
I don't hate on Rudy, bro. I love Rudy. He plays good basketball.
You don't mean that.
I love Rudy Hibbert.
Rudy Hibbert, all right.
A little fun fact on the Dort Report today, something new. If LeBron gets a new contract, this would put his total. Let me start that again. Hold up. If LeBron gets a new contract, his career earnings are at $532 million over his NBA career, and that would make him the most paid player from strictly NBA contracts ever. $500,000 to play basketball.
Half a B.
Half a B. Yeah, that's crazy.
That is, especially with he's probably made even more money off that endorsements and everything. But yeah, and coming in at a good time, and it's those records. That record is gonna be broke by these young guys, Zion, Ja. If they can all stay healthy, those guys just got $240 million. So for 5 years,
Luka.
they're not getting paid. They're getting paid now, never like they ever have before. The inflation's going up, value's going up, so we're gonna be seeing them big contracts. It just makes you wonder, like a guy like LeBron, like Michael Jordan, if they came into the league right now, or we could even say LeBron since he played more years. If he came into the league now and stayed healthy for 20 years like he has, just imagine the money he could have made. But yeah, 530 something million, that's pretty good. Beerley will probably eclipse that in the next couple years, but it'll be good to see that where LeBron's almost keeping up with us. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Almost the GOAT, but Beerley's the GOAT. If LeBron stayed in Cleveland his whole career, because don't you get more money from staying with the team?
Yeah, you're eligible for more. Yeah.
So that man could have made like $700 million.
But he would have had to stay in Cleveland.
Yeah, pros and cons. $700 million, you could fucking buy Cleveland at this point.
That's probably true. I want to see. I'm very curious to see what he does after basketball. He's tied into, I think it's Liverpool. It might be Arsenal, but I think it's Liverpool. He's tied into soccer. He's, there's all these speculations that he's going to be bringing a team to Las Vegas when the expansion happens. His sons. Jeez Louise, have you seen Bryce lately?
He's like, what, 6'6" now?
6'6", yeah. I think he's 15.
That's crazy. People shouldn't be built like that.
They were all working out at the Lakers facility the other day.
I think I've seen those pictures. That's crazy, dude. 6'6" at 15. I wish. Didn't LeBron partially buy the Red Sox too?
Yeah, I know he does have some, which is crazy because Boston hates him, but can't hate him that much. They're paying him. They're going to the games. They're spending their money there.
There's an old white guy in Boston. It's like, I'm not going to Red Sox games till LeBron sells his shares.
Yeah, but plenty of them probably.
We talk about this every week, but another report came out that Donovan Mitchell's gone after his contract. Do you want to talk about this or not?
Just give 3 teams. I'm gonna say Miami,
New York. Throwing a curveball.
I'm trying to think of a curveball. Toronto
would be fire.
I feel like somebody would have to be traded to go to Toronto, though. I feel like nobody's going there in free agency.
I don't know. I think that's a good free agent. If I was a free agent, Toronto would be cool. Because then everyone in Toronto's backing you. They got a cool team, and I feel like they're a star away from being real contenders. If they get a top 15 player, they'd be tough. If they had a Paul George, that's a problem.
It's easy for you to say, bro. You live an hour away from LA, most beautiful weather in the country.
That's true.
You gotta go to
Toronto cold, but yeah, I guess. We do got the best weather. Chino Hills really is the best city in the world, man. I gotta say, I'm the most famous person from there. Next up, Iman Shumpert got arrested.
Bunch of weed.
Bunch of it.
How much did he have? Do you know? 6 pounds?
I don't know.
6 ounces?
I saw the report right before the podcast.
Yeah, I think it just broke an hour or two ago. So
we always break news. That's how you know we're a. Let me see. 6 ounces of marijuana in his backpack at a Dallas airport. Why do people bring weed to the airport, bro?
I'm not going to make any incriminating statements. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea why anybody would ever do that.
Exactly. And that's it for the Dort report.
Lamarcus Aldridge, weed, Donovan Mitchell,
Bron,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got something we got every week. These 2K23 ratings were a week closer to 2K23. I think it's 5 weeks away now, maybe a little bit less, the release date. So
yeah, let's just get straight into it, man. Let's start off with. I'll go with the bottom row first. Look, these are 3 players we talked about a little bit last week on the podcast. Let's start off with Desmond Bane. Where would Desmond Bane be rated?
okay, Desmond Bane, 85.
That might be high. If you ask
I was gonna give him an 84. He's a great 3-point shooter. He's a great defender. Yeah, I feel like 85 is fine. What would you give him?
I'll probably give him an 82.
I think I gave Russ an 82.
I think that's the right spot for him.
Russ had a much worse year than Desmond Bane. Russ also has higher expectations.
I don't want to sway any of your opinions, but that's where I'd go. What about OG? Big Nobi.
You're not gonna like this. I can tell you that. Actually, give him an 81.
What were you about to do?
79.
He was on my overrated players list.
He was? I thought you liked him.
I like him, but he was my second most overrated player in the league.
Oh, then fucking give that man a 79.
You don't gotta please me.
I'm trying to please you. That's my problem now.
All right, this is your boy, Jordan Poole.
Man.
That's a hard one.
It is a hard one. I want to give him I should have gave Desmond Bane. I should have gave both of them an 83.
It's too late. You could give both of them an 85. You know, once the ratings get locked in.
So I can't change Bane anymore?
Nah, it's locked.
Ugh. All right, give him an 80. Fuck.
You're gonna have to deal with it.
An 80 fuck. Give him an 80. And wow, I gave Russ an 82.
Mm-hmm.
I'm killing myself right now. Give him a. Bro, I should not have gave Desmond Bane an 85. Give him an 83. Give him an 83. But Desmond Bane, I probably should have gave an 83 as well.
85 is like higher than Ben Simmons. That's 2 away from Bam.
What did I give Ben Simmons?
84. What else you got? That's higher than Chet.
Yeah. Jordan Poole is better than Chet.
Disrespectful. We gonna see. You'll see. You need to explain OG at 79 more, because I know Raptor fans are gonna click on this podcast mad.
I mean, he hasn't really played. He got beat out by a rookie. I mean, all he really does. I mean, his offense really hasn't came along. Like, that's what we've all been waiting on. He's a good defender. He's long. Pause. He's lengthy. I mean, he can play good defense, but the offense, that's more than half of the game. So once that comes along, he could boost himself up. But what did I give him, a 79?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I can't give him that. I can't give him anything higher than that.
All right, let's keep it pushing, man. Jason Tatum. You be thinking about these crazy.
I want to give him a 93, but that feels low.
You want me to 93 would be higher than Jimmy, higher than AD, but lower than Kawhi.
And Embiid was a 94, right?
What is Embiid's rating?
Yeah, give him a 93.
93? You sure? Because you said last week that Kawhi would have been worse than Tatum.
What do you mean?
You said Kawhi would have had a worse season than Tatum last week. That's what you said.
Like last year?
Yeah, if Kawhi played.
Are you sure I said that?
You definitely said that because you had Kawhi as your most overrated player.
Yeah, I do because he doesn't even play anymore. I don't even think he's top. It's hard to say if he's even still top 10.
Is Jason Tatum top 10?
He's right around there. 8, 9, 10.
So you got Kawhi over Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
Both are all-around players.
This is 2K though, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying both are all-around players. But you got Kawhi barely top 10 and Tatum like around 8, 9.
This is 2K. That last week was real life.
I'm talking about, but these are
Kawhi don't miss games in 2K.
Well, you would rate them.
A 95.
Then let's roll with that because you got Bane 85.
I'll give Tatum a 94. That's what I gave Embiid.
I like it. I talked you into it. I talked it up for my boy JT from the Lou. Jaylen Brown. I feel like this one's kind of interesting.
I'm in between 87 and 88.
I'm curious what you say.
88.
Okay, that makes sense. I like that because Jaylen Brown is as good as Rudy. Marcus Smart.
$86.
I like it. I thought you were gonna lowball him. I know you're a certified.
Well, I could have put him lower, but I can't put him lower than Desmond Bane.
Okay, I'm glad. I thought you were gonna do it. I thought we were about to have a chirp off right there. I like this top row the best. So we had the Celtics big three in the second row. The bottom row was people we talked about last week. This top row is just players I feel like are all like, I don't know if in the same range is the right word, but it's like people are gonna hate you if you fuck this up. Okay.
Oh, we got more?
Yeah, we got 3 more.
All right, but
people are gonna hate you if you fuck this up for sure.
That's fine. I've been hated all my life. I've been doubted all my life.
Paul George.
PG. I'm in between 91 and 92. 92.
Good answer. All right. Let's go with Anthony Edwards.
What did I give JB? 88? I gave him an 88.
Mm-hmm.
I gave Ant an 87.
Really?
You don't like that, do you?
Me personally, I think I take Ant over Jaylen Brown.
I wouldn't yet, but we'll see.
I could see why, but who's around Ant range? Ant, I know you had a bunch of players ranked 88. Lower than SGA, lower than Garland, higher than Melo. That's right. That's a good work, Trevor.
I know ball.
This one's interesting. I can see you lowballing this.
Is it Siakam?
No, it's Darren Fox.
Ooh. Okay. Darren Fox. 85.
What?
You don't like that?
I'm gonna give you a second chance. You think Darren Fox is as good as Desmond Bane?
If he's not an 85, he's an 84.
That's crazy. I don't
84. 84.
84?
Yeah.
Okay, so you lowballed it for sure.
What would you give him?
I would give him like an 88.
Oh, I thought you were hating on 85 because it was too high.
Nah. Mm-hmm. Lower than Desmond Bane?
Well, Desmond Bane, I don't know what I was saying. I got excited for a 2K rating.
That fucks you all up.
I didn't think about any of my old ratings or nothing. I was just like 85. You know,
like 1 overall higher than Jordan Poole? People are going to be on your ass.
Let's do it.
Let me see something really quick before we move on. I don't know why. I thought Darren Fox averaged like 27. Now you're straight.
What do you average, like 22?
Yeah.
22 and what? 6?
23 and 6.
Yeah, we good. But he's over there, poor guy in Sacramento, you know.
The year before, he averaged 25.
Mm-hmm.
Darren Fox is good, dude. He should be he's an all-star sleeper this year. He might be. If he could get the Kings to the playoffs, he could be most improved player.
We got Darren Fox on 2K. We got a Darren Fox tweet on Twitter. And then we got Luna coming on.
This is a Kings episode, the Kings pod. Does our sponsor, our featured sponsor, BetUS, have most improved odds?
They should.
I know they had.
Don't make me give them another phone call.
They had them. They took them off.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell.
They hate to see it.
Yeah. Oh, wait. No, they don't. They got MVP. Who do you think's number 1 on their MVP list?
Giannis.
No.
Embiid.
Yeah. Number 2?
Jokic.
No.
Giannis.
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum?
No.
Curry?
Nah.
Am I forgetting someone?
You're forgetting someone. Straight dog.
Ja?
Nah.
Is he a big?
Damn, BetUS gonna be pissed at you. Nah, he's a guard. Team
Finney?
got better. Lost their second best player, but the team definitely got better.
Not Trey. They didn't lose anybody. Is it a point guard?
It's like a point guard, 2 guard. Depends on who you ask.
Oh, Uncle Luke.
Luke.
Yeah.
3 is Giannis. 4 is Jokic. 5 you haven't said yet, and that's the last one.
Jason Tatum? Jimmy Butler?
No. 5 someone I feel like we talk about every week. We didn't talk about him this week. But
Is he a big or a guard?
He's been in the news all summer. He's like a big, but not like a big, like a wing.
Paul George?
Nah.
Kawhi?
Nah.
Mm.
Literally the news all summer. The biggest news of the summer was this guy.
Braun?
No. That level of superstar, though.
Miles Bridges? Bro, who am I missing? Are they screaming at home?
They're screaming at home, I think.
Better not be DeMar DeRozan.
Biggest news of the summer. Team got bounced in the first round.
Oh, KD.
Hey, KD. They got Tatum at plus 1,400. I know that's your guy. You want to put 100 down and win 15.
So KD gets traded there, and then Tatum only averages 22.
That might be why KD's higher.
They know, bro. Vegas knows long before we know anything.
Vegas don't know. BetUS knows.
Facts.
All right. That's all I had. Dort report 2K ratings. What you got for us, Trevor?
Talk about some Twitter this past week. Had some fun tweets. Hold on. All right. Who would you rather have the next 3 years? I already know who you're gonna say, so I don't really care about your answer. But I want to I want to know what you think about the people that responded. We got SGA.
Hold up. The viewers watching at home, could you stop fucking licking that cracker, bro? You've licked that cracker like eat it, bro. Motherfucker's been licking a peanut butter cracker the whole podcast. Stop it, bro.
There's still peanut butter on it.
Then eat it. Just swallow that shit. You're fucked up for looking at it like that now.
Who would you rather have for the next 3 years? We got SGA and LaMelo Ball.
SGA.
Why?
Bro, stop two-finger. That's nasty, bro. Y'all switch to the video really quick. We're at like 24 minutes, 25 minutes. SGA all day.
Right. Right. This man said currently SGA, but 5 years, Go on Melo. The ceiling's too high. Alex, what do we think?
I think
I said 3 years. What do we think? 5 years? Does that change your answer?
I think that dude's dumb as fuck because if you said who would you rather have, like I'm thinking like down the line. So give me Shea.
I said for the next 3 years, but he said the next 5 years. He said 3 years Shea, 5 years Melo.
No. They're not that much, bro. We're recording.
I'm doing my job. You know what I'm saying? I can't do my job if I'm starved to death.
They can hear the peanut butter in your voice, bro. You got peanut butter mouth right now.
All right. What do you think about this? This coming from a Jordan Poole account. Pool party, playoff pool, right? This coming from a Jordan Poole account. Shy because LaMelo will never reach his full potential because he's too busy showing off for the fans.
Jordan, that's so ironic.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole only hoops when there's bad bitches in the crowd. So
exactly. If there's not a 9 in the crowd, Jordan Poole's not scoring like 15.
There's always a 9 in Oakland, though. Come on.
Facts.
Beautiful.
I miss Cali. I need to come back. My man Tony said Shavonte. Shavonte, is that his real name? I didn't look it up because I wanted to ask you.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it is.
Shavonte? He should go by that. If that was my name, well, I don't even go by my full name, so I can't.
His name's too damn long because like it's 2 last names too.
Shavonte Gilgeous-Alexander.
He would have dropped in the draft for sure if his
facts. What I talked about earlier, I told y'all we had some Darren Fox coming up. I tweeted, would you rather start Darren Fox or your favorite team's starting point guard? This man said he would take Fox over Westbrook in a heartbeat. How do you feel about that? A resident Russell Westbrook fan. Huh?
I'm trying to become a De'Aaron stan. Wait, hold up. Is De'Aaron on my list for later? I might have to make an adjustment, bro. I'm a De'Aaron stan at this point. He was overrated for a while. Now, not
now nobody talks about him.
Yeah. Great player. Dude, my list has 7 honorable mentions.
Damn. Yeah, you got 17 players?
I was just writing names down.
Rather have him than Russ, another Lakers fan. And then this man, I had to, when I saw this reply, I had to bring it up for you. Better Than You said he would rather have KPJ because KPJ doesn't have an acorn head.
That's so fucked up. KPJ's one of the most overrated players over one of the most underrated players.
KPJ. Oh, sneak tease right there. I saw that. Bulls at Bulls home. I'll stick with Lonzo. This was a debate for the first 2 years when they were both in the league. Lonzo or De'Aaron Fox. And Lonzo was always out games when they were playing the Kings. So what do you think? Lonzo? Would you take Lonzo right now?
I would think it's been 5 minutes and you're still licking a fucking peanut butter cracker.
Bro, it's good. I'm going to have to get you one of these.
Bet. Run it. I would take Lonzo. That Lonzo Kentucky UCLA game and that was a classic.
Mm-hmm. College basketball was great.
Mm-hmm.
I need to watch college basketball. I might do that tonight.
Would I rather have Fox or Giddey?
Let me know.
Fox. Every day of the week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I've been rewatching games. I've been watching when I'm on the treadmill, I watch the games. And like I walk for 2 minutes and then run 1 minute of the game. So I mean like when they're reviewing plays and shit, it's always in that 1 minute where I'm running. So they're fucking me up.
I would run. You want to run when they're like playing though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just like me, for real. How many of these players are currently elite? Jason Tatum, Bron, Trae Young, Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, and Ja Morant.
That's such an interesting question, dude. Because elite, I feel like people got the word elite wrong. Like, shout out Jerome last week. But when Jerome said OG's a top 15 defender and also said he's an elite defender, to me personally, when I think of elite, I think of like top 5. Depends on the competition.
Yeah, I think of top tier, yeah.
Depends on the competition of the league. And I think right now, when you look at superstars, I think I would say Embiid and Tatum are the only two. Were they on the list?
I had Embiid and Tatum. Then I had Jimmy Butler, LeBron, Trey, and Ja.
I think right now Embiid and Tatum would be the only two. I think those two are like guaranteed top 7. You can't even argue it. Elite.
So then you would also have obviously Giannis in there. If you have Embiid, you would have Jokic. Would you have KD? Is KD elite?
I would say KD's elite. I would say Curry's elite and Luka, and that would be like. Right? Am I tripping Kawhi? If Kawhi comes back at the same level,
I can't say too much about Kawhi, you know.
If he plays at the same level though, Kawhi's elite, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's bad, but we got to see it. You know what I'm saying? Chemo LBJ, bro, he is just like me for real. He said 4 out of 6. Not Jimmy Butler, not Ja Morant. That was my exact same answer. So although I love you, Ja Morant, I love Ja Morant. He's got that top 5 dog in the league.
It's another week where you fucking slander Ja. You just don't dead of mind.
We talked about Kawhi last week. I tweeted, true or false, Kawhi is no longer a top 7 player in the league. Adam Lane. Oh, this kind of goes into what we were just talking about. But he said he's right on the edge. Definitely top 10, but 7 is debatable. You have to cut out. You have to take out one of these players in order to put Kawhi in the top 7. So we got Giannis, Embiid, LeBron, KD, Luka, and Jokic. So I'm guessing you would take out LeBron to put Kawhi in the top 7.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But I don't know if Kawhi is Kawhi.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to see.
Time will tell.
This is off topic, but if the Hawks are worse than the Grizzlies, are you gonna? Sorry, I got monkeypox. Are you gonna take Ja over Trae Young if the Grizzlies are if it's like the same situation as last year?
If we had the same, nah.
Why though? It's hard to argue.
Ja has so much more help though.
See, I don't like that.
Why?
Because if you're comparing teams, right? Fuck Ja and Trae Young. Take them both off there. DeJounte, John Collins, and you could argue Capella are the next 3 best players.
John Collins, Capella.
Over who? Like Bane, maybe, but that's it. Who else would you take over?
Jaren Jackson is better than John Collins.
I forgot about Jaren Jackson. You're right. So I would say it's DeJounte, Jaren, John Collins, Capella, and then Bane, and then Hunter, and then Herter, and then Dylan Brooks. Like that would be the order I'd probably put him in.
I don't know if I would say Bane is better than, or Clint Capella is better than Bane.
You could flip him.
I think Bane is like right there with John Collins. I'd have to do some research with that. But again, with the whole value, I mean, they went 21. I know I hate to bring it up. I hate to put him down. 21-5 without him. I didn't like it. But moving on to our next question. You had the top reply to this tweet, Mr. Hollywood. Who was LeBron's best teammate ever? Let us know.
What did I say?
He said D Wade, and it's not even close.
Let him know. It's D Wade.
That's what he said, right?
What did you say?
Best teammate ever. Best. I mean, I feel like you kind of have to say D Wade. I don't know, because best, like he really only had like one healthy year with AD, and AD snapped. AD was great in those playoffs. Kyrie left like kind of right when they were getting into it. I would like to say Kyrie, but I feel like you do have to say Wade. Casey DeLoaf said most talented. Best isn't most talented. AD. Most reliable. Wade. Most complimentary fit was Kyrie. I like that answer a lot. And then our man Don said for one season it was Anthony Davis because he played out of his mind the year they won the title, which is true. But overall, D Wade. And then we had some Mo Williams. We had a Mo Williams love in there. None of these Mo Williams. Did you see my Mo Williams tweet before I deleted it?
Yes, I was in the comments and I said, "What the fuck are you doing, bro? You're munching peanut butter crackers when you tweeted that shit, huh?"
I was sucking peanut butter crackers all day, and I'm like, shit, I got to tweet something. Jameer Nelson, Mo Williams. Let's go.
No, I think
this tweet saved me.
The AD thing, it's like you got to remember that as much as people don't want to agree with it, Lakers LeBron is so much different from Heat LeBron. Like, people think LeBron's still in his peak, but that's how I know they didn't watch fucking.
He's in his mental peak.
The fuck does that mean, Trevor?
Like, physical peak? He was just dominating in Miami, and that's why it was so easy. He got outsmarted by Dwayne Casey and the Mavs that one year. And that's LeBron says that's why a lot of the reason why he got better, because he got outsmarted. And remember about the Cleveland 2018, like he was doing whatever he wanted on offense, and he was still
that was his peak to me.
Yeah, I agree. When he went back to Cleveland, that was his peak, in my opinion.
But people still think he's in his peak, in his prime. Miami, Cleveland, that's his peak, that's his prime. So, I mean, AD is going to have to snap because LeBron's going to take a backseat someplace. Miami LeBron and Cleveland LeBron is taking no backseats. And that's why Kyrie left, because Kyrie didn't want to be in LeBron's shadow. Wade, no problems. Wade looked worse, and Wade was hurt, but it's just like Wade was so much better that he could play the role LeBron needed him to play while also dominating games.
Do you agree or disagree that if Kyrie never left, that they went down as one of the best duos ever?
For sure. Because even if you don't look at like if they stayed with one ring, those highlights that they have are just fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I could watch
that 40 and 40 game, the 41-41 game.
Imagine that team versus the Raptors with Kawhi. That would have been a fucking great. That would have been nasty. Or the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Classics.
This is my favorite tweet from the past week. Who's winning this one-on-one tournament? We got Devin Booker, Uncle Luke, Seth Curry's brother, Bradley Beal, Kyrie, and Dame.
What'd I text you?
You told me 30.
I said 30, and I said, honestly, my answer's changing to Book, though, because of the no double teams, bro. Booker with no double teams, you can't double him one-on-one, elite. I think, as much as I like Luka, I think Booker has a more, complete one-on-one game.
Booker's a little quicker, too. I feel like I really don't trust Luka to keep up with Kyrie, to play Kyrie well on defense. I think Kyrie's the quickest player here. You know, NBA Twitter loves Dame. This tweet got so many Damian Lillards. Dame, and it's not close. Dame is washed. I'm like, what?
Booker's the best defender there.
Over Bradley Beal?
Yeah.
I would say
Buck.
I would say Beal, and then Booker and Kyrie, and then I don't even know, Luka, Steph, and Dame. I wouldn't say Steph's the worst. I would say Dame is probably the worst defender there. We had a Warriors fan, Bob, said that he voted Kyrie. He didn't even take 30. So Kyrie if he gets the ball first.
The winner always gets the ball first. Give me Curry. Who's stopping Curry with the ball? Come on.
He don't got screens. He don't got Draymond. He's not going to score.
He don't need a. You got to pick him up at 40 feet.
I don't remember who said it. I didn't write it down, but somebody said he got ratioed pretty hard, but he said Curry is not built for this type of basketball.
Nah, that's crazy. Because none of those guys are going to play physical enough to fuck with Curry.
Luka. Oh, you mean physical on defense?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Kyrie could, but he's also not that big. It would have to be Beal. If somebody was going to beat Curry, it would have to be Beal or Book, probably.
Depends on the bracket.
Unless Kyrie got the ball first. We should make a bracket. Somebody replied and said Anthony Edwards. There was this one guy, I forgot who said it. He quoted it, and he was like, he tagged Steph Curry, and he was like, if you really think you changed the game of basketball, then you need to set this tournament up, blah, 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 to prove that you're whatever. And he kept going at him. He was like, you hear me, Kyrie? Or you hear me, Curry? Like, you need to set this up, make it happen, or else you're scared. You didn't really change the game. And he had 30 followers. I was like, is this KD? Like, who is this guy? It was one of KD's burners.
It's Curry he's trying to build up authenticity for his burner. And then
Who would you rather build around? Pascal Siakam, Jaylen Brown.
I would rather build around Jaylen Brown.
Interesting. D-Ball
think
said skilled bigs are harder to find than skilled
I
guards.
like that answer though. That if anything, that would be the right answer. But I think Jaylen Brown, the glimpses you see from Jaylen Brown, um, are better than the glimpses you see from Siakam. I mean, I've seen Jaylen Brown just go out there and kill shit. Like Siakam's a zero dog, all spin.
Jaylen Brown is a little spin, mostly dog.
Mm-hmm. All dogs.
For Twitter, the next time you'll be hearing from us, we'll have Luna on. Anything you want to do before we get back into it?
Oh, let me hit the plugs, man. Discord, it's gonna be in our link tree. You can always find us there. BeerlySports.com. Articles may or may not be coming soon. Y'all know. Come on, like we've been saying this every week. Take a hint, maybe, probably not, if we're being honest. But if they do come, be ready for it because we're gonna talk about them here. TikTok at Beerly Sports, we've been doing great on there. You guys have been showing great love on there, so shout out to you guys there. YouTube, Beerly Sports, again. We're gonna keep pumping out the content. Shout out the guys from Shorts who've been like tapping into our stuff, man. You guys are great. Instagram, Beerly Sports. Trevor's been doing that up, working hard on that. We're gonna have fantasy football leagues news soon with some pretty nice prizes. And yeah, that's it. I feel like I'm missing shit.
We could hit it at the end.
Hit it at the end. Yeah.
And now for our feature segment. As you know, last week we talked about the top 10 overrated players in the league. Our biggest hater episode. So we had to redeem ourselves a little bit, show some love this week, and talk about the top 10 underrated players currently in the NBA. We both got a list of 10 guys who we both think deserve some love.
Struggling.
I'm fucking up. But yeah, why don't you kick us off? If you got any honorable mentions, if you don't, we could just hop right into number 10.
Do I got honorable mentions, bro? I got a army of honorable mentions. I got damn near a second list of honorable mentions. At 17, I got RJ Barrett. 16, I got Aaron Gordon. 15,
Hell no. Nah.
I think both those guys are great defenders. They just get hate because they're offenses. 14, I got Amir Coffey. That's an underrated hooper.
That's right crazy. There. Yeah.
That's a hooper right there. 13, Spencer Dinwiddie. 12, I got Ben Simmons. 11, I got Drew Holiday. And my number 10 spot, I've got Darren Fox. This is a Kings episode, as you know. Shout out Sacramento. Great city. Darren Fox, man, is a straight hooper. Doesn't get the respect he deserves. He's earned. He's worked for. So I had to throw him on my list.
It's just, yeah, it is. It's really a Sacramento Kings curse. Like, just going there is a toss up for your career. You're rolling dice for your career, anyways. But you're definitely not going to get any coverage. But he's hooped. He's worked his ass off there, and he hasn't even been an All-Star yet, has he?
Never, and he should be. Right. The fact that he got compared to Tyrese Halliburton shows that he's underrated as fuck.
Mm-hmm. We get to see him play with an All-Star though, a full season next year with Sabonis. So that's a very good that's a good guard pick and roll and a good forward pick and roll. So they should play well next year. Honorable mention, I got my dog. Used to be like one of my top 3 favorite players in the league. Although I lost a lot of love for him, I do feel like he is starting to become a little underrated. And that's Ben Simmons. But he's my only honorable mention. Slightly becoming underrated. Number 10, I got Dorian Finney-Smith. I don't have his contract, but I know he just got a big payday. I think it was definitely over $100 million. He's gotten better every year. I know he went to college, University of Florida. I watched him play almost every game there. And I'm pretty sure he went undrafted, but just he's really solidified himself into becoming a great 3-and-D threat in the NBA. I got a couple 3-and-D guys on this list. But yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith and he is a product of Luka. I'm not going to lie. Luka got him that bag, but he's improved his scoring every year since he's been in the league. Field goal percentage is up to almost 50. He's become a threat from the 3-point line, as we saw from the playoffs. And yeah, a lot of love for Dorian Finney-Smith. He made my list at number 10. Actually, my number 10 and my number 9 are my 2, 3, and D players.
Give me number 9 then. Let's hear it.
A guy he finished the year with me hating on him because his last game he was kicked out of the playoffs by the Philadelphia 76ers. You know who I'm talking about? 3 and D. Nah, they lost to the Sixers.
Give me PJ Tucker.
No, they lost to the Sixers.
Who the Sixers beat the is it Hunter? DeAndre Hunter?
No, it's the Raptors.
Damn, I didn't watch none of this season. 3 and D guy on the Raptors. Gary Trent?
Yeah, Gary Trent. I feel like he's slowly becoming underrated. Another guy who's ever since he came in the league just come from less than 10 points a game. He had a season at 15, and now he's all the way up to almost 20. He's a knockdown shooter. He's a great defender, and he's a guy that really was one of the players that I really grew to like a lot this year, watching as much NBA basketball as I did. But I feel like he's a little underrated. 18 points a game for a 3 and D player is really amazing. So I would love him if he was somewhere else. I don't love the Raptors, but if I did, he would be one of my favorite players. Who you got at number 9?
My number 9 is, this is weird because this isn't like us hating on people. So it's like,
yeah,
like talking about basketball, like, I don't know. Like, I wanted to hate on Gary Trent there. That's what my gut was telling me to do. Like, just shit on Trev's picks. But I like Gary Trent. Number 9, I feel like this guy at 9 has an argument to be the most underrated player in the league, and that's Domantas Sabonis. I mean, 2020 machine, All-Star, 2-time All-Star.
You're tripping for that. You're tripping for that.
You think Sabonis isn't underrated?
You're tripping for that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Why? Explain.
Well, let me tell you my number 8 real fast. My number 8 is Domantas Sabonis. I just feel like you could be a little higher on your list. You know what I'm saying? This is a Kings episode, huh?
One spot higher.
Yeah. So you're definitely tripping for that. But yeah, 3 straight seasons with over 12 rebounds a game. The only thing that really deserves the hate or the whatever, that he doesn't get the recognition he deserves. He's not a great defender, but I think he's gotten a little better, and I think he'll, being able to be a focal point here. Although like he was in Indiana, that Pacers team was just nobody knew what was going on there, and I think he'll have a more focused role here, and they might even be fighting for a play-in spot. So he's become a little underrated in my opinion, and I do think he's going to fly under the radar in Sacramento. But yeah, 3 straight seasons, over 12 rebounds a game. Like you said, a 20 and 10, a 20 and 12 guy. Shoots the ball well over 50%. So yeah, shout out to Sabonis, the last white player on my list.
Is he the last white player on my list? I think what really hurt him in Indiana was no one really knew if he was a 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in Sacramento, like with Rashawn Holmes, kind of gone through a similar thing, but not exactly the same. Rashawn Holmes could have made this list too.
Yeah.
Definitely. I do have another king on my list, but it's not for a while. At number 8, I had to throw a Thunder player in here, man. Who do you think my Thunder player is that I think is underrated?
Trey Man.
Beautiful.
For real?
Yeah, Trey Man is on my list. At number 8, I think he's already one of the best young buckets in the league. Just straight go get me a bucket. Especially like for a little guard. Rookie, he had like a 40 piece in Boston Garden. I had to throw Trey Man. I had to show Thunder love, and I think
he had 40.
He had a crazy game this season. He had like a 20-point quarter in Boston.
I'm gonna have to watch that. After we hop off.
It's so tough. I'm gonna remind you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you how much it was. But he had a nice game in Boston. He had 35 in Boston.
Okay.
7.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it. I know that's on YouTube. I'm gonna have to watch that. Great. Did they win that game? Do you know?
I don't. No, I think we won that game. I think him and Giddey went crazy in that game.
I might just fuck around and watch some Thunder highlights tonight. Shit.
Might have to. Then you're gonna change your mind about Shea and Giddey, and you'll be on the same boat as me. Cause bro,
I come back next week in a Thunder jersey. I got a freaking Russell Westbrook signed OKC back there.
I feel like during the season you were riding for the Thunder, and now that it's the off season, like you've been hating. Remember the whole like
showbiz, baby.
Luka calling you were calling Giddy Skinny Luka. That was you. Shea.
He
Trey
can't.
Man.
He's got to show me he could score though. Josh Giddey.
Giddy? Yeah, I think so too. I'm with you, but I mean, don't hate though, you know. Yeah, who do you got at 7?
My number 7 is a player that after his first maybe 2 years in the league, I thought maybe he wasn't going to be in the league anymore. I thought he was a product of LeBron. And, watching, he used to play for the Lakers. Looking at that Lakers team and just watching him play, I thought there was no scoring there. I thought there was effort on defense, but you know who it is?
It's Lonzo.
It is Josh Hart.
Oh.
Low-key underrated, yeah. And then after traded to Portland this year, he averaged 20 a game, over 50%. It looks like he fits in a lot better there, like he might have found his home. But really, like a guy that, you always saw the effort when he was on the floor, even though it wasn't, transitioning to stats or buckets or anything like that. You could tell he was a hard worker. Just his stat sheet was just always empty. And, it looks like just over every offseason, he's continued to get better. All three of these guys, I know stats don't paint the whole picture, but all three of the guys I've named so far, their stats have gotten better every year since they've gotten in the league. So shout out to Josh Hart. He might give me a reason to watch Blazers games this year. My second Portland Trail Blazer on this list.
I got a question.
What's up?
You talk about stats. I know you're not like this, but how often would you say, like, I know there's people on Twitter that go on like Basketball Reference every day and like just research stats. How often do you go on Basketball Reference just to look at stats?
I've never been on Basketball Reference once because I think they steal my tweets. So they might not, but I feel like they steal my tweets.
Reference? They tweet like that?
Oh, I'm thinking of StatMuse.
Yeah, Basketball Reference.
I don't know. I do go on there though, not that often, but
I feel like I don't know. I if I'm being honest, I don't think I like ever check stats like that. Mm-hmm. So like I'm always talking about my ass on the podcast, if I'm being honest. So I'm not reliable.
Completely sidebar from anything basketball related. I was at the gas station. I had this Green Day shirt on, right? I'm checking out. This old lady's checking me out. She's like, "I love that album." I was like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, whatever this album's called. And I was like, I thought she was on crack. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Oh, it was back more my time. Must be a little more before your time." I had no idea what she was talking about. I just bought this shirt because it looked cool. Anyways, who's your number 7? Shout out to the first meatball sub I've ever had in my life.
What do you rate it? You should have brought it up.
I'll give it a 6.5, which I mean I'm happy. I'll eat another one. We'll have another meatball sub in my life.
Meatball subs hit like you'll crave it. Like when you're
craving. Yeah, I went there for a chicken parm, and she was like, "Nah, we don't have any of the whatever chicken. I could do it with, like, I don't know." She said bald turkey. I said, "Lady, don't you, bitch? No." Bald turkey? I don't know if she said bald like bald or like bald.
Either way, she getting smacked. If you ooh. Turkey chicken, come on. If I wanted a turkey parm, I would have asked for a fucking turkey parm.
I saw a meatball sub and I thought it would hit different. It felt good in my throat. Anyways, who's number 7? Have you done 7?
Nah. No. And I don't think I want to anymore.
I quit. Fuck this.
No, my number 7. This is a controversial one. I feel like what we've been hearing in trade packages is so much different than from what Twitter thinks about this guy. When he plays one of the best buckets in the league, I'm talking about Donovan Mitchell. I feel like Twitter don't remember that Donovan Mitchell is like unguardable. Like,
we'll agree with that because I tweet a lot about Donovan Mitchell. Like, he's in my pictures and I'll say cut to or who would you rather. They're taking Jaylen Brown. I just want to let you know a majority of NBA Twitter that follows Beerly Hoops is taking Jaylen Brown over Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, that just that doesn't make sense to me. I don't see what universe, like, other than defense. Donovan Mitchell's a better slasher, a better shooter, better with the ball, a better playmaker, and when he really locks in, he's a good defender. Say whatever. I know everyone wants to slam his defense because everyone's got Rudy's dick in their throat, and they're like, "Oh, Rudy had no defenders on his team."
As they
what? Why are you at, bro? As they should. That's 2 strikes in 2 minutes. Nah, but I mean, Donovan Mitchell's a good defender when he wants to be, but he just wasn't on that this year.
My number 6 only made this list because you slandered him last week, and that didn't sit right with me. Jaden McDaniels. I got him at number 6. I like his length. I like his youth. Those young, long guys, man. That's what it is for me. And he blew by Chet in the whatever league that was in, the crossover or whatever. Blew by him, dunked on him. But he's I mean, you could call him overrated, but you can't call him a bad defender. And that's really something that they need in Minnesota. And like when you were saying, I think you brought it up last week, like, oh, we gave up 5 first-round picks. At least we got to hang on to Jaden McDaniels. But by the same token, they need perimeter defense. I mean, D'Lo's going to get blown by. Ant is not a great perimeter defender yet. I think Jaden McDaniels is good there. He shot the ball extremely well in the first round of the playoffs. He shot 50% from 3. But I'm not just going to be here talking about stats the whole time, I promise. But number 6, Jaden McDaniels, just because you slandered him a little last week, and I got love for the guy. 6'9", skinny, long, young. That's how I like him.
That's crazy. You are crazy on this podcast. My 6 is in a similar boat. This another they forgot pick, bro. Y'all forgot Kawhi Leonard was the best player in the league before he got hurt.
Come on, bro.
Y'all forgot on both sides of the ball. You could argue Kawhi was the best offensive and defensive player on the court before he got hurt.
His defense fell off a little bit.
Elite. And I'm not
when
saying
he left
like top 20 elite. It's still top like 3 perimeter. Other than like he's a better perimeter defender than Marcus Smart. So I mean, we can leave it at that. And then you know what he does on offense? He fucks up the Sixers. In that same playoff run, he fucked up the Magic. So I mean,
Magic.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
Oh, they played him the first round. Oh, the DJ Augustine masterclass.
The DJ
in game 1. Series. Augustine had like 30-something. Yeah.
Kawhi's him, bro. And I feel like a lot of Kawhi. I feel like if you tweeted who's better right now, Kawhi or LeBron, everyone's gonna say LeBron, and that's just like.
What about Kawhi or Giannis?
I'm taking Giannis, but the last person to really fuck up Giannis in the playoffs was Kawhi Leonard.
Dunk on him with his left hand too.
Dunk on him with his and lock his ass up. So I mean, I know it's a different Giannis, but y'all sleeping on Kawhi. 2 of the biggest ball knowers in the IE are vouching for Kawhi, right, Trevor?
No.
Wow.
Hey, number 5. You know who it is. Look at the happiness on my face, and you should know who number 5 is.
Yeah,
Anthony. No, I'm just playing. Huh?
You said look at the happiness on my face, and you did this.
Look at the happiness on my face.
Was it Kawhi?
No. I said Kawhi. Kawhi was in my overrated list, bro.
That was the Kawhi face.
Oh, nah. It does start with a K, though.
Kyle Lowry?
Hell no. Underrated ass.
Big ass.
He got a better ass than the last girl. You know what?
What?
My number 5. Huh?
That's another violation right there.
I hope she's not listening. She's not listening. No more white women. Anyways, number 5, Carl Kuzma. That's my dog, baby. He is gonna be an all-star in the next 3 years.
You want to bet on that?
Yes. A 3-year-long bet. Let's do it.
I would bet a meatball sub on that.
Bet. Let's do it. Carl Kuzma.
A 3-year
all-star in the next 3 years. Especially if he stays in Washington, bro. That's his team. Just wait till that Bradley Beal gravity comes back. Slasher Kyle Kuzma. He lost weight. He can shoot now.
You're crazy, bro. To say Bradley Beal gravity, but slam me for not even saying Curry's gravity is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
You know how much money Kyle Kuzma won me too this past year on Underdog? Not a sponsor, by the way. Fuck, I shouldn't say that. On BetUS.
How much money did Kyle Kuzma win you on BetUS.com? Use code BeerlySports. We don't have a code. We have a link.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do have a code. I'm gonna have to look into that.
So
I don't know, but I remember his line was so fucking low, and this man was getting like 11, 12, 13, 14 rebounds a night for like 2 weeks. It was incredible. I love Kyle Kuzma. He had to make my list. He's not the same Kyle Kuzma at all, huh?
You definitely got to run that back too, because he's going to start the season off, and they're going to have about like 6.5 rebounds.
Facts.
That's how
he finished at over 8 this year. Yeah.
He's an animal.
Who you got at 5?
My 5 was Kawhi. My 4, just a really good basketball player. I think he's the best player on his team right now. And no one really talks about him. Wendell Carter. Carter.
Wait, where is he? Orlando.
It's like him or Paolo. Last year it was him. Wendell, just a good rebounder, good scorer. Not the best defender, but he just gets the job done. A little 18 and 10 action. I don't know if that's right, but that sounds right.
I don't think that's right. That sounds a little egregious for him. All I know is that he sucked in Chicago.
He just wasn't.
Straight up. He was bad.
He's 15 and 10.
That's better than I would have guessed. I would have given him like 13 and 8.5. But 15 and 11 is good. That's better than I expected.
Just a good player. Score, rebound. Playing with they were kind of big with Mo Bamba. Didn't they have another big two, or am I tripping? Was it just Mo Bamba?
Wagner. They had both Wagners.
Isaac didn't play. But I mean, that's a big team. He was out there just snagging boards, scoring. A little better shooter than he's been in previous seasons. Not a good shooter, but definitely a big Wendell guy right here.
My number 4 is a guy who's gotten a lot of love lately, which kind of would make you think he wouldn't be on the underrated list. But I don't see him in enough conversations with guys like Desmond Bane, Jordan Poole, guys like that. It seems like everybody doesn't think he's in that tier yet just because of his situation and where he's in. But this year, with the healthy Dame, I think Anthony Simons is going to solidify himself as being in that top young core. You don't like it?
I don't like underrated. I think he's good, but I just feel like everyone knows Anthony Simons. People were saying they should trade Anthony Simons for Harden when the Nets were trying to trade Harden.
That wouldn't happen.
I don't think so either, but I don't know. I think he's a great player, a good player, but he's definitely going to backseat to Dame this year. This is his skills there, but it's not going to reflect underrated. I mean, he's not even.
I mean, he's going to be playing off ball this year, but he can run an offense too. I mean, he had, I don't know how many assists he had this year, but he's a good passer. I don't know if he's a good playmaker, but he's a good passer.
He's underrated on Beerly Hoops because we haven't tweeted about him in a while.
Facts. Might tweet about him tomorrow, honestly.
Do a little who you taking, Simons and Maxey.
Okay, bet. Tomorrow, debuting tomorrow. I like how that just rolled off your tongue, top of your head.
I'm just an analyst like that.
I like that.
I feel like Wendell is where my list really starts because these dudes are all just very underrated at this point. My number 3, another Kings player. Who are you thinking?
I know who it is.
Who?
I would bet on it. If you would let me bet, I would bet on it.
I'll let you bet on it.
What you want to bet? But I'm gonna let you know he's on my list too, and he's very high on my list. That's why I know who you're talking about.
I don't think it's the same person. I'll bet you could send me $10 Chipotle money, and I'll send you $10.
It's not Davion?
Fucking hell, dude.
Hey, Chipotle! Chipotle!
I'll send you
Chipotle! Hey, let me get a bowl with a tortilla on the side. Yep, let me get brown rice, both kind of beans. Let me get carne asada.
This was my mentality, right? I thought you were gonna say, what's your Venmo again? Plug it up really quick.
Anybody listening, definitely hit me up on Venmo. Shit, I'm not even logged in on this one. I think it's. I don't know. I sent you money for the jersey. So whatever that is.
Trevi Scott with 2 T's.
Yeah, if you listening, just send me a slight like 50 piece real quick. It'll go a long way. I'll probably spend it all in one day. But yeah, tell us why Davion is your number. Oh, I wasn't even done with my order. Let me get carne asada. Let me get some veggies on top, mild, a little bit of medium, double corn.
I thought I was talking about Harrison Barnes because I know a lot of people have been saying Harrison Barnes underrated.
Davion. I like that. I like that.
I had my whole credit card on there.
Look, watch this on YouTube if you want his credit card information.
No, I'm playing. Y'all keep it. Davion Mitchell, bro, definitely one of the best defensive rookies last year, if not the best. And end of the year, bro, was averaging like 24 once Fox went down, bro. Like, I think they made the right decision with running him instead of Halliburton again. Halliburton.
They knew what they had. Yeah, they knew what they had when they traded Halliburton. They knew what they had in Davion.
Damn, fucking hell. I should have curved. I could have lied, bro.
You could have. You could have just, but you would have had to, like, talk your shit about Harrison Barnes right now.
That's easy, bro. One of the best role players, about to be a free agent. Rashawn Holmes, I could have done. Fuck, dude. Oh, my underrated player is Terence Davis.
What number was Davion?
Davion was number 3, unfortunately.
Number 3. So my 3 is a bucket getter. Everybody thinks he's a shooter, but he's a bucket. He can't score from inside, but them first 2 levels, he's got a nice one dribble pull up. He's got a nice little sidestep. He's got a nice little hezzy spin.
Hezzy, you're talking about a bucket? I need more. There's a lot of
best shooter in the family, statistically.
That's stupid.
Seth Curry.
I knew you.
I didn't, because I thought this man was just a shooter till he came and played Philly. And I'm like, this man, he's getting 15, 16, 17, 18 points, and he only's got 2 threes. Yeah, he's a hooper. If you haven't watched Seth Curry highlights, don't do it. It's probably a waste of time. Just wait till the season comes around and maybe watch a couple Nets games. But yeah, he could hoop. He could score. He could score. He's not just a shooter. So he made my list for that reason.
I don't like that one either.
Well, I don't like you. You're going to hate my number 2.
I don't like that one because, like, when KD and Kyrie were in the playoffs and they got swept, everyone was like, they had no hope. And Seth Curry's on that team. I wish Philly kept Seth Curry because Seth Curry would have been so hot next to Harden and Embiid.
Facts. Yeah. He was great with Embiid because Embiid was getting the ball in the post and then, like, making the right pass, getting double teamed right away. Yeah, he was nice there. But instead, we got to watch Matisse Thybulle shoot threes. Get that man off my team.
He sucks. Dort's better. I should have Dort on my list.
Damn. My number 2 is actually Lou Dort, an undrafted free agent. Brought himself up to 17 points per game this year. Started hitting shots. Started shooting. You know, he hasn't been a shooter. Been a really defensive type of guy. Kind of created his own offense. Scored from all 3 levels this year. He's gotten stronger. I do want to see the percentage go up, but to be able to score 17 points a game and you're undrafted, product of the G League. Hats off to Lou Dort. Hats off to Lil Dort, YOTB Dort. This is the love episode. This is not the hate episode.
Had a 40-piece.
Facts.
And a buzzer beater.
Harden owns him, sadly, but it's number 2 on the list.
He outscored Harden in that game. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is.
That's nuts. A rookie undrafted Lou Dort was our best player in a game 7.
Against Houston already.
My number 2, we talked about him earlier. I got Lonzo. Lonzo, and in parentheses I put Caruso. I feel like once both those dudes got hurt, more Lonzo. The Bulls season just collapsed completely. Mm-hmm. Because Lonzo plays the type of way where you got to build a system around him. And I feel like that's really rare to see from players that aren't like just straight buckets, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like Lonzo and Levine running the court, full court bounce passes, lobs, getting to the rim and passing, even though you're wide open. I'm a Lonzo guy. And one of the best defenders in the league, perimeter-wise.
And one of the best people to come out of Chi-Town, the real Chi-Town. Chino Hills.
The third best person out of Chino Hills.
Number 1 is you. Number 2 is LiAngelo.
Dude, you realize how stacked Chino Hills is over the last like 5 years? When you look at like the Ball brothers, Onyeka, DC the Dons from here.
I didn't know Onyeka was from there.
Yeah, he played with the Ball brothers.
Oh yeah, on that high school team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
DC the Dons from here, and then my freshman year of high school, someone won the lottery out here.
Shit.
So that's like 6 notable people, including YOTB.
Buy your plane tickets. Chino Hills. LAX to Chino Hills. Buy your plane ticket out there.
Touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Any fan who comes to Chino Hills, you could stay in my house. Simple.
I don't know about all that, bro.
Simple. Same thing with Trev in Tampa.
Facts. Yeah. Just hit me up. I'll DM you back as soon as I can. As soon as I got some free time. My number 1 is Davion for all the reasons you said. Didn't shoot a great high percentage, but I mean he's a rookie, and everybody thinks of him. He's a defensive player only. Am I good? I was just like scratching out on the camera. Anyways, yeah. Like you said, he was averaging 20 points a game, something like that, to finish out the season. I think they knew what they had when they traded Tyrese Halliburton, and he is an offensive player, a scorer. He can be very effective on offense, and he's not just that defensive player that everybody thinks he is. He's my most underrated player in the league, and with the addition of an all-star, the bonus, I think Darren Fox is going to play a lot better this year, and I think we're going to see it from Davion, and he's got a great name, bro. Davion, that's a great name. I might name my kids that. One of my kids, Davion.
I'm gonna name my kid YOTB.
YOTB Dort.
Crazy. YOTB Dort. Redacted. Next player, my number 1. I think you're gonna agree with me on this player.
Give me a hint.
He wasn't on your list. He wasn't on either of our top 50s, and we talked about it because he's definitely a top 50 player in the league.
Oh shit! I think I can. I remember having this conversation, but I don't remember who we were talking about.
Let me see. I'm gonna drop some stats. 17 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists.
17, 6, and 2. Can he shoot?
Let's see what percentages say. 40% 3-point shooter. He's like a 6'5" power forward.
A 6'5"? Is it PJ Tucker?
No.
Wait.
Yeah. The 29th pick in the 2019 NBA draft.
2019? Is it Kelden?
It's Kelden Johnson.
Ayo?
I think Kelden Johnson.
No, he's still underrated, as crazy as it is. He is.
He's so underrated. And like
he should have made my list. He's so underrated, I forgot about him.
I knew it because I forgot about him too. And then I think I seen like a tweet or something by a Spurs fan. I'm like, I gotta throw Kelden on my list because that man, he's gonna have a year, bro. With like next year, when your next best player is like Josh who do they have? Pirtle?
Josh Primo sucks. Yeah, they got Pirtle.
Because I think I would put Pirtle on my list, and I was like, yeah, the best player on the Spurs, no DeJounte, he's gonna hoop. I'm like, the best player on the Spurs isn't Pirtle. It's that man Kelden Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got to be on the list. Yeah, he's gonna have a monster year. I gave his stats, all that stuff. Pop is gonna have a great time with him, and a 6'5" player to play the 4 and like average 17. It's kind of crazy.
You think they might? I don't know if Pop. Well, you think Pop might low key tank this year for Victor?
Yeah, I think that's why they traded DeJounte.
Because I mean, just thinking about the rest of their team, Josh Primo has been very underwhelming. Pirtle is, you know what you're gonna get out of him. They did get Trey Jones, right?
Yeah, they drafted Sohan, who would be nice next to Wembanyama.
They drafted Branham as well. They had a very good draft.
And Blake Wesley.
tank and have all those 3 first-round draft picks a year under their belt, and then have Vic next year. Let's see it pop.
Could you tell me what you think the Spurs depth chart looks like according to ESPN? Like their starters?
I would say Trey Jones is their starting point guard. I know they have Josh Richardson. I don't know if he's not a point guard though.
No, they got Josh Richardson a third shooting guard.
Okay, they got Josh Primo. Is there another point guard?
No.
Okay. So at the 2, they got Malachi Branham. What do they have Kelden Johnson at the 3?
They have him at the 4. The 3 is someone we haven't mentioned yet, but the 3 is definitely a really good player.
They have somebody from the Celtics, Romeo Langford.
They do have Romeo Langford, but he's not on here. The 3 played in Florida, in a school in Florida.
The 3?
Yeah.
Like the small forward?
Mm-hmm. He plays the 2 guard, but he's going to be small forward for them probably. And he played at a school in Florida.
A big school?
Yeah, very big.
I have no idea.
I would say the second. He played at Florida State. What would you say Florida State? First biggest or second biggest?
Second biggest, bro. Come on.
What's number 1?
University of Florida.
University of Florida?
Yeah.
That's Miami, right?
No, that's University of Miami's Miami. Florida's the Florida Gators.
Oh, you're right. I'm tripping. I didn't even think of that.
So they got somebody from FSU, and he's a guard?
Yeah.
It's not Dwayne Bacon, is it?
Nah. 3-and-D guard.
Oh.
Like just textbook 3-and-D.
And he's a... I need another hint.
What can I give you? He is 21 years old, so that would mean you what? You didn't go to FSU, did you?
No. But I might know. I mean, I watched college hoops the past couple years. Has he always played for the Spurs?
Yeah, this is going to be his 3rd year in the NBA.
How much he averaged? 12? Devin Vassell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that took forever. I had to go way back in the safe to get that out.
That was the team of the week right there.
Good. That was tough.
People just watched like 4 minutes of Devin Vassell mystery.
Yeah.
I wonder if people were screaming at home or not.
They turned that shit off immediately.
That's it, right? Anything else you want to talk about? We covering Slam Ball next year. Now that Slam Ball is announced.
Facts. We're gonna play it too. Go ahead and read your list 1 through 10.
You're right. And send me your list too, so I can slam that graphic out. 1 through 10. Number 1, I got Kelden. Number 2, I got Lonzo. 3, I got Davion. 4, I got Wendell. 5, Kawhi Leonard. 6, Donovan Mitchell. 7, Trey Mann. 8, Sabonis. 9, Darren Fox. Oh shit, I went up 1 my list. My number 10 is Drew Holiday. So shout out Drew Holiday too.
My number 1, huh? You didn't say Drew the first time. I know you got 17 motherfuckers on your list though.
I feel like I deleted someone on my list on accident, and I don't know who it is.
You be cheating.
Go on. I'm going to try to think of this.
My number 1 is Davion Mitchell. My number 2 is Lou Dort. My number 3 is Seth Curry, the best shooter in the family. My number 4 is Anthony Simons. Number 5 is Carl, a.k.a. Kyle Kuzma. My number 6 is Jaden McDaniels. My number 7 is Josh Hart. My number 8 is my white boy, Domantas Sabonis. Number 9, Gary Trent Jr., 3-and-D. Number 9 is Gary Trent Jr. And I'm tripping. And my number 10 is Dorian Finney-Smith. My honorable mention is Ben Simmons. Caddy.
Yeah, man. Ben Simmons, that bitch. Shoot it.
Facts.
Yeah, that's it, man. We did our plugs. Anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, man, but I'm going to do it every chance I get to do it. Make sure to follow us on Twitter if you haven't already, at Beerly Hoops, at Beerly Sports. We'll be back next week. Boom!